Perfect. We're ready to go.
Woohoo!
Welcome back to episode 20 of the Alpha Nation, everybody. We've got our trusty Lizzy B back in the house. So this is hopefully going to be a permanent thing. We're not going to have any more hiatuses, are we?
Oh, look, I might make Greg force his arm to come back for a couple of episodes, but yeah.
We can only hope so. I mean, with everything we've got going on behind the scenes, it's can only imagine this is just another stressor he doesn't need.
It's exciting though for everyone who's missed our socials. We are opening the Alpha Performance Center.
Let's go. Yeah,
Let's go.
Greg's literally going grey over it. So it's
so when you get back to the gym, he will look like an old, stressed man.
He will look 20 years older than he really is.
It's sick though. Greg's got it's basically Greg's dream gym. So anyone who knows Greg knows that he has high standards for what he wants out of a performance center. So it's we can't wait to reveal it. Hey,
he knows what he wants and he's got it. So it's fucking, I mean, it's huge. It's really good.
Nothing leg related because Greg don't do legs.
If you can tell, we've got zero equipment you can train your calves on because you can tell he doesn't care too much about that.
Oh, bless him. That's so unlike me. I never give Greg shit for his legs, but I've just jumped on the bandwagon.
Yeah, we've got tricep extensions and bicep curls. That's all there is. We've got, what is it? Over 100 square meters of just bicep curl machines.
Yeah, basically.
Pretty much.
But we're going to have an infrared sauna, which I personally am very excited about.
It'll stop me having to travel up to Newcastle to use the Zadig Studios one, so I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'll be able to sweat it out after a long day, right? Because I don't do that already.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
No, I'm super keen. Yeah, for anyone who is keen to see updates on the APC, please stay tuned to our Instagram.
Yeah, it's all going up there. Seen all the stories today pop through. Greg pretending to be a carpenter.
I'll put a little video in here for anyone watching the podcast on YouTube. You can see Greg. All the tradies went on. All the builders went on lunch, and Greg just swung on in there for a photo.
Jumped in just for a photo, just for the socials, and he hopped out again.
Oh, bless him. He's got to keep up appearances. He did one day in a carpentry apprenticeship, and
taught him all he needs to know, right? That's all you need.
Oh dear.
Anyway, without further ado, I reckon we get on to our topic for today.
Woo!
So, today we're pretty much just going to be talking about, I guess, how we can make the most out of our social gatherings on the weekends now that we're able to do that. Provided everyone is double vaxxed, and then, once December rolls around for all the unvaxxers, you'll have all the tips stored in your memory bank by then, hopefully.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. We're pretty much just going to be talking about your social gatherings, how to make the most of your fat loss, or I guess your program, your nutrition, while also trying to enjoy, the weekends. Because we all love it a bit, don't we?
Yeah.
Lizzy gets on. Greg doesn't get on. He's too old for that anymore. But it's So we've just got some kind of tips just to avoid, I guess, any setbacks we may have, or I guess how to just keep making the most out of it, really. Yeah,
for sure. And whether you're Luke and I don't really drink that much, but we love to go out to brekkie. We love to go out to dinner. We love to just have a little bit of a, wine and dine.
We're not just talking about, obviously, drinking on the weekends, but this is also just social gatherings. Like, you want to go out for dinners. Yes. A pub feed's always good every now and then.
Love it.
Beers, love them.
Add in a glass of red and you're swinging.
There. That's all
I actually realised the other night I actually did have a glass of wine with dinner, and it made me drunk, and I was like, I can't drink anymore. I've lost the ability in COVID to be able to hold my alcohol.
Oh, literally. I mean, I've always been a lightweight, but...
Same.
I think I drank maybe twice, if that, over COVID. And both times it was like I just needed 3 cruises and I'm just there. So
I know it's crazy, but it's definitely we never tell anyone to not drink or to not go out and socialize or not go out to dinner or go out for breakfast. Like we our biggest thing is sustainability, and we don't ever want anyone to feel like they need to give up the fun aspect of life to be able to reach their goals. So I don't think we've done an episode based around this yet, Haydo.
I don't think we have. It's more been like just in this fitness sphere rather than anything else. So it's good to kind of outreach a little bit, branch out into, I guess, everyone's holistic really lives. And again, all my clients would know when I'm talking to them, like, I'm not trying to stop. If they do drink on the weekends or they do, like to party, I'm not going to try and stop them doing that. Like,
absolutely,
do it, have fun.
Yeah, and you've got to give up on the gym if it starts taking over your life and you're not able to socialize. You're going to give up on the goal, and I mean, unless you're competing, I don't think we would ever tell anyone to not drink or not go out to dinner.
Obviously, there's times in preps and stuff where you got to really rein it in, the whole prep. But like if you've got a goal that's really dependent, I guess, on time frames, we'll be like, look, this isn't a good idea. We should stick to what we're doing. This is how we're going to get there best, and this is how we're going to get there on time. Otherwise, though, if you've got kind of like a more ongoing kind of goal or no real time frame for it, there's no reason to give it up. We've got plenty of strategies we can use to keep that momentum going without having to cut it all out.
Exactly. And it's important to, look, we say it all the time, but it's important to take a sustainable approach. So I suppose, I guess from my side, the first thing that I would tell someone to do is like plan ahead. If you are in a weight loss phase and you're not really, I suppose we're talking more about weight loss, not necessarily maintenance, although maintenance comes into it. But if you know that you're going out to dinner, have a look at the menu.
And then also with that though, you also do have to account for all the calories that do just come from, eating food out. A lot of the times they're going to be putting a little bit more sugar or a little bit more oils or fats into it just to make it, that delectable kind of, satiating meal or that real dirty meal that they give you.
Real dirty meal.
Real dirty meal.
That burger, that pub burger.
Pub feed. But like, it is just something to be conscious of. We've talked about this kind of with travelling and weight loss. Like, if you are eating out, travelling, or if you are going to restaurants, when you're out, a lot of the times the calories, if they do give you them on their menu, they're going to be a little bit misleading anyway. But obviously write down or have a look at the menu first, and then try to pick the leanest meal you can or with the most protein. Shall I let you talk about this a little bit?
Yeah, I guess one thing that it's funny because I have to do all of this anyway because I live a plant-based vegan lifestyle.
Exactly.
And I try and be as literal plant-based raw as possible. It doesn't mean I eat like raw broccoli, but I mean I don't like the fake chicken schnitty or the, processed.
She won't shy away from the uncooked broccoli though.
It's a good snack. Let's be honest.
Each to their own.
Raw peas, good time.
Raw peas, oh.
Frozen peas.
Okay, frozen peas, I'll concede to that, but...
yeah, it's a good time. No, but I'm also not very trusting, so if that sounds really mean, but if I ask a waitress, like, is the sauce vegan, or if I'm getting a salad, I always get the sauces on the side, because I want to control how much of the dressing is on my salad. I don't want it to, I'm not a drenched dressing kind of girl, but I also don't trust that things are vegan friendly, so Luke usually gives it a bit of a taste first.
He gives it a great... If it tastes like shit, he's like, here you go, Liz, it's all yours.
Yeah, exactly. If it tastes like water with a bit of oregano in it, then we're good.
Then we're good to go. if it has any flavour at all, though, no, sorry, not happening.
It's not on.
Yeah, you're having dry lettuce for dinner.
Exactly. But yeah, so look at the menu ahead of time. Ask for sauces on the side, and then you can control how much sauce you get. If you really do want the schnitty and you don't want the chips, then ask to switch the chips with veggies, like warm veggies or extra salad or
exactly.
Sweet potato chips instead.
Sweet potato chips instead, because that's got less calories, right?
At least it's got more vitamins in it. But
more vitamins in it, yeah. It's not as empty. But yeah, like, obviously, we're going to try and shy away from the, I guess, empty calories, really. Like, your potato chips, you don't really have much going for you. It is, obviously, and they are good. So, usually you'll be like, I'll have a small amount. I mean, I'm guilty of it. I'm like, I'll have a small amount. I won't eat heaps. And then you're finishing off your plate of chips. Generally, like, if you're on a fat loss phase, try and order more of the salad rather than your chips. Again, also ask for dressings and sauces on the side. That way you can control how much of that you get, because a lot of calories can come from those creamy sauces or from those salad dressings.
Absolutely.
A lot of it is fat, which is obviously our highest calorie macronutrient. So we do have to be cautious of that. And again, we do kind of understand that sometimes, like, it's a night out. You want, if you're at a restaurant or something, you do want to eat at a restaurant. So I guess in that case, we can try and kind of bank our calories up to the weekend. So prepare for it. Like, take a few calories or a few hundred calories. I don't know how many calories you're eating. Take like 100 or so calories off your meals during the week or your days during the week, and then save those extra calories up for the weekend, just so it's like a kind of bit of a safety net. So, which is always a good idea, obviously. Just to try and keep you...
Oh, sorry.
Go on. No, go on, mate.
I was going to say, I actually recommend people do that anyway, because when it's really easy to stick to a routine Monday to Friday, non-COVID times, when you're actually leaving the house for work.
When you've got a routine.
When you've got a routine. And I always think, if I've got someone on a calorie deficit, I usually recommend we go a little bit more into the deficit side of things Monday to Friday, and then you've got more room to move on Saturday, Sunday. And even though you're actually not even going up to maintenance calories, but you're giving yourself more of a mental break from the dieting phase.
Also, on that though, if you are training with us and we have given you one of our flexible plans, or our if it fits your macros plans, you will notice that we've also got 2 days a week where we usually put you back to baseline anyway.
True.
So, and then also just save your calories from earlier in the day too. Try and eat leaner foods during the day, or lower calorie meals during the day. Or even, and this is a good tip that I've actually been utilising recently, have a protein shake before you go out. Yes. Because that way, you've definitely got enough protein in that last meal of your day, or in that dinner, or in that breakfast. But also B, it I guess, satiates you a little bit more. So you're not going to be as hungry going into the restaurant. So you're going to have a bit more of a, I guess, clearer, I'm going to say more sober mind. Instead of being in that kind of hungry, you haven't eaten since lunch, you're like, fuck yes, what can I eat tonight? What am I going to have? The fattest schnitty I can get. You're going to be coming in already kind of full anyway. So you're going to be like, all right, what's a better option I can have? Oh, I might go the Caesar salad, obviously with the dressing on the side. Or I might choose this or that, which is going to be a leaner, healthier generally meal anyway.
Yeah. I completely agree. And I think that one of the other things I would say is a lot of people go, I'm not going to have breakfast, I won't have lunch, I'm going to bank it all to dinner time. By the time you get to the pub or with the restaurant, wherever, you just want everything. And you're just like, yes.
I've done that. You then snatch some chips off everyone else's plates, just trying to, because your blood sugar drops so low. Like, your hunger goes through the roof. You'll be surprised how much you can eat on an empty stomach. And it is generally going to be a lot more than your, total calories anyway.
Absolutely.
So definitely keep your regular meals in. If you do that, also do take a little bit of the calories out of them anyway. Because, you are still banking them for that night dinner. Like, we still want to be in our kind of calorie range that we're after, or that, you know, you've had set for you by your coach, or you set yourself, just to make sure.
Yeah, for sure. Have breakfast and make sure you've got your protein in it, and then go light the rest of the day. And I mean, even if you're just going out for drinks, eat at home.
Eat at home.
And then just drink out.
Exactly. Just have drinks out. And that kind of takes us in to the whole drinking scene. So, I mean, obviously, you guys aren't going to be, I guess, you know, new to it. We've all done it. Most of us have done it, right? Right?
Done what?
Gone out, drink, got a little bit past
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just talk a little bit about, like, lower calorie alcohol options too, and just to pace yourself as well, because there are some things that can go wrong in the night, which could set you back a little bit further as well. So obviously, if you're going out, try to order spirits if you can. Again, alcohol is also another macronutrient that isn't really talked about too much in the fitness sphere. But yeah, so there are 7 calories per gram of alcohol. So.
And it's also, I mean, you would know more of the science around this, Haydo, and I think we've talked about it on another episode, but alcohol essentially, it's not a blocker, but our body wants to sort of burn that and get rid of it first, so it doesn't actually start burning our fat storage or start using our carbs for fuel. Yeah,
so because our body does treat alcohol as a poison, it's kind of like, shit, we've got to get rid of this poison. We've got to get this out of our system before we can start worrying about all our other processes and stuff. So, yeah, to my understanding, in my knowledge of this, like, our body is going to be kind of making sure we process that alcohol or metabolize that alcohol first before it starts to worry about all the other calories that are coming in through your main macronutrients. So, yeah, again, but it also doesn't super matter if you're in a calorie deficit. It's going to be the same either way. Like, your body's going to metabolize those extra calories. But and you can get a little bit of a worse kind of, I guess, body composition result from it though. Albeit not too noticeable, as long as you're provided under your calorie goal, which should be keeping you pretty good.
Yeah. So, like, Calorie, I almost called you Calorie. Hayden just said, we've got 7 calories per gram of alcohol, and for those that aren't aware, we've got 4 calories per gram of carbs and protein, 9 calories per gram of fat, and then alcohol's in the middle at 7. So it does have calories.
So then, again, if you are also tracking that, again, most apps aren't, I mean, I wouldn't advise tracking your alcohol on your nights out, because who the fuck cares, really?
Imagine, I just got to put this vodka soda into my fitness pal. I've done it.
We've done it. We've all done it. Like, you know, you're young, naive, you're like first into fitness, you're like, everything's got to be on point. So,
especially if you're OCD like us.
100%. Oh yeah, we have our OCD episodes. But yeah, so choosing spirits are generally going to be a better idea mixed with diet Coke or a diet soft drink, purely because you're not getting those extra calories through the soda or through the Coke that you're going to be having with your drinks anyway. If you like beer, sucks, get a low carb beer or something like that. But generally we would try to prefer, your spirits, because they're going to be lower in calories really. And then also it just hits you faster if you've got Diet Coke with it. Like, that's less calories your stomach has to absorb, or your body has to absorb.
Let's be real, guys. If you're going out to get wasted.
If you're going out to get wasted, mate, spirits and sugar-free, sodas or sugar-free mixes, you're going to be spending way less money.
Doesn't he do rum and
I think
Diet Coke? And Luke, I think Luke does the same. Maybe that's why.
Probably not. Probably for the calorie option, but there's a quick little aside. And then just another point: when you are drinking, please pace yourself. Don't go stupid. Like, we've all been there. We've all had mates.
Hayden.
We've all had mates. Nathan, I know you don't listen to this, so don't worry. Who punch a fence on a night out just because you're drunk, break your hand, and then can't train for 6 weeks. Like, so
no one needs that. No one needs that.
Injuries are so much, or the risk of injury is so much higher when you are intoxicated because you're going to do dumb shit like try and jump over a dumpster or something like that. Just don't.
A dumpster? Where are we, America?
Just don't. Yeah. Don't we call them dumpsters? Trash cans?
I don't actually know.
Bins.
Sorry.
Don't try and jump over a bin. Yeah,
fair call.
Do try and pace yourself. Try and keep a level. Like, I know you're out with your boys or you're out with the girls and, you know, you want to do dumb shit just to impress them, but it's not worth it. Having 6 weeks off from the gym or even having 12 months off the gym because you tear your ACL because you jumped over a bin. Like, don't do that shit.
Just don't.
Like,
yeah, and look, I know that you're not going to be thinking about Liz and Haydn popping into your head when you're drunk and doing stupid shit, but just try not to... Try not to injure yourself.
Most of our listeners shouldn't be doing dumb shit anyway, that I'm aware of. Like,
check yourself.
We're all kind of out of that, you know, phase, aren't we?
Well, like I know Michelle listens every week, bless her, and I don't think that she's out there getting wasted jumping over bins. But Michelle, if you're going to do that, don't.
Michelle, don't jump over a bin. Come on, mate. Don't punch a fence.
Or Haydn will not be pleased with you your next PT session.
Yeah, please keep our ligaments and bones intact, please. That would be preferable.
I think when you're talking about pacing yourself, injuries aside, one of my favourite things to do, and it's purely because I really like the taste of it, but it's got a twofold effect. I love vodka lime water, which is it's a good time. And Luke drinks it too, so it's not just a vegan thing, but it's good, and you're hydrating at the same time. So you're pacing, you're hydrating, and you're drinking.
That is another thing too. Stay hydrated.
Yeah.
It's gonna make the hangover less, I guess, severe. Generally, we do get hangovers because our body is dehydrated. So it will make you and poisoned. That too. Don't forget that. Generally, we're going to be waking up a bit more hydrated, but it's also just going to have less runoff effects for dehydration. Like, the next day, you're not going to be as sluggish because we all know when we're dehydrated, what do we feel? We feel super lethargic. It's just not a good place to be. Like, performance-wise too, don't go out drinking before, like, the night before you've got a training session with a coach. That's not a good idea.
My God. Yeah, don't do that.
Some people out there too. You're going to perform like shit the next day. We've all seen it happen. You go out for a drink on the weekend, Monday comes around, your squats aren't as good as they used to be, or because it's International Chest Day, your bench is going to be what? You know, an RPE 9 instead of an RPE 8. So,
and your sweat smells really bad, let's be honest. We can smell you across the gym floor.
Especially the beers. Come on.
Oh, man.
You get that yeasty carbonated sweat. I don't even know if that's what it just smells shit.
It's not good. It's not good.
Yeah. You know, look after your own personal hygiene.
Look after your PT. Don't
look after us too. But yeah, apart from that, did you...
I think it's just mostly, prepare yourself. So stay aware of, you know, where you're going. Have a look at the menu. Get your sauces on the side. It takes a lot of self-control, and we're not perfect, but, you know, try not to order the chips, because if you really are still chasing a goal, you're going to have to make sacrifices. So if you want to have a few beers, you got to cut the carbs somewhere from your meal. Haydn's got a really good point. A lot of the dressings are just fat. Like, they're fat heavy. And fat is not bad, but it's high calories.
So we're not saying avoid fat at all, but look at where your sources are coming, like the source of fat is coming from.
The source of the sauce.
The source of the sauce. Yeah, look at where your sources of fat are coming from during the day. And again, like, sauces aren't very satiating at all. Like, you can douse your meal in sauce. You're not going to feel any less hungry afterwards just because you've had more sauce on it. Yeah, it's great for taste, so add a little bit to taste, but again, you don't need heaps of it for that taste. And then it's all, you know, empty calories, really. Like, you're not getting any benefit out of it, bar the nutrition, obviously, but calorie-wise,
I think that's a good one, empty calories.
Mm.
Hunger-wise, think about the calories that are going to satiate you. I really like your tip of having a protein shake or a protein drink before going out. That's a good one.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, like I said, I do it all the time. If I know I'm going to be going out for a dinner with people, or, if I'm going out to lunch or a brekkie, I'll slam a protein shake beforehand. Again, that's just protein powder and water. It's 130 something calories, and
If
you
that.
get and you get 30 grams of protein. That's your protein covered for that meal.
Yeah.
So you're kind of going in as like a kind of safety bet, and it's also so satiating. Like, you know,
you won't be starving when you get there.
No way. If anything, you'll be like just ordering a drink and that's it. Really.
Yeah. Exactly.
So it's going to be a lot more worthwhile, obviously.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, plan ahead. If you're drinking, try and avoid the beers. Try and avoid the cocktails.
Yeah. Cocktails are just sugar, aren't they?
Oh, they're
Or
just...
some of the ones you can get now.
The ones that we were having that night after the Alpha Christmas party last year, I woke up... I wasn't hungover the next day, but because we had so many cocktails at Pocket Bar, I had like a sugar hangover.
I can't even remember the cocktails we had at Pocket Bar.
So many.
I remember
maybe it was just D and I.
It was probably you two just going. I remember plenty of espresso martinis, and then finding out after the fact that I don't actually like espresso martinis. That was good fun.
Yeah. Look, don't waste your calories on drinks you don't like.
Yeah, exactly. Get what you know you like too. Don't experiment. Yeah. A, it's a waste of money. You spend $15 on a cocktail you don't even like. And then B, all the calories that are in it, it's not worth the buck at all.
No. And consider your mixer. That's a really good tip, Haydo. Do diet soft drink or vodka lime water. Try it and let me know how you go because it's a good time.
Give it a crack.
There is actually a lot of, I don't know many bars on the coast that do it, but in Sydney and in Brisbane, if you get like vodka lime cucumber is a thing and it's a good time.
I just can't imagine
cucumber in the water. It's good.
I can't imagine mixing veggies with my with my drinking. It just doesn't go.
Spinach water and vodka. No, I'm joking.
Oh, fucking hell. Actually, pina coladas, all for those. You get your pineapple and mango. Oh, what is it?
There you go.
Coconut
That's
and
fruit.
Yeah, it's fruit. Don't
That's
do
not
veggies.
really veggies.
It's not your greens. Come on.
Hydrate. Have water in between every drink. And I will say, I've had a couple of nights out where I've been quite sozzled. And the girls and I are quite good at remembering to have the water in between each drink because usually, I mean, this is going back a while now, but we would always want to go to the beach the next day and no one can drive and no one wants to be in the sun hungover. So you've got to hydrate so you wake up good.
And then get to that beach and feel good there. Yeah, don't write off your Saturdays, your Sundays, Mondays. Yeah. And also just for the training aspect too. Obviously, water deprivation or dehydration isn't great for your training. Your performance is going to be dog shit the following day.
Yeah.
Like we say, we encourage you to stay hydrated all the time anyway. Your nights out aren't going to be any different.
Yeah.
Especially when you drink, because obviously alcohol is a diuretic too. So I'm sure we've all noticed when you break the seal, you're pissing all night.
You're done.
Refuel that water, my guy. You're going to need it.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? That's just reminded me of speaking about hydrating yourself. The next day, when you wake up, it doesn't matter. I've left myself a note before to be drink your water. Just down a bottle of water. Start your hungover day with a bottle of water. But also be really mindful of the post-drinking calories. So you really don't want to blow out the next day when you've been out with mates. Prep your breakfast the day before so that you've got it. You can get up.
I can attest. The next morning, you're wanting something just to eat. Yeah. Also, don't get yourself a kebab on your walk home. Again, empty calories. You may think it's a good idea at the time. Exactly. You might be a little bit hungry. Save it till the next day, and then have a good prepped brekkie the next day. Even if it's eggs, you're an omelette or something, try to avoid the bacon. It's just, again, the calories are probably not worth it. Although it is a godsend, isn't it?
Or have a lean lunch and a lean dinner and just, But you know what? Just become vegan and then you can't get a kebab. You can't have bacon.
Each to their own. You can't have your eggs.
Can't have your eggs. But seriously,
you don't eat eggs, do you?
No.
Oh,
it's from the animals. Imagine.
Yeah, but it's it's not alive yet in most cases.
It's not. I won't say what I was about to say. No. Each to their. I don't care what anyone else eats, but for me personally, I avoid the baby chicken that hasn't hatched into its life yet.
Even if it hasn't been fertilized or anything.
Exactly.
I mean, think of the treatment of the chickens, though. Come on, get your eggs free range.
That's a whole other episode.
That's a whole nother episode. We'll talk about ethical considerations with food, because
that's a good one. Write that down, Haydn.
Next week's episode, ethical considerations about food, because
I'm here for that.
We've got I've got a lot we could talk about with that. It's gonna be a good one next week. It's gonna be a big one.
Look at you. You're like, your fingers are going. You're like Mr. Burnsing over there.
My little tell. Sick. Excellent.
Oh, I love it.
All right.
But I actually do have friends that prep their breakfast. Like on Saturday morning, they'll prep their Sunday's meal so that when they are hungover, they just got to heat it up and they're good to go.
All my mates are like mid-20s or under, so we're not all smart enough to do that.
Yeah.
But again, fair. Most of my mates don't really care about, their nutrition either. So
Haydn's not even practicing what he preaches. He doesn't none of this.
I don't do any of it.
You're not that bad.
When I'm on, I'm on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Either way,
that's about it.
if he's like on a training goal, he's on. If he's on a night out, he's on.
It's either or.
But be mindful of the fact that we're here to live life and have fun. So if you don't want to go out drinking and have dinner with mates because the gym is everything, then that's fine. But if you don't want to sacrifice that, you don't have to.
You shouldn't have to either.
You shouldn't have to, but speak to your coach as well, because we can definitely help you plan around nights out. I've had clients that have had a wedding coming up, so we've been like, well, you shouldn't have to think about calories for that weekend, so let's plan for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
we can
speak to your coach.
And if you let us know, we can move stuff around for you. Like, we can figure it out. We do all the hard work for you. We do all the tough legs, so it's
exactly.
Yeah, literally, it's no skin off your back. We'll just do it for you. It's cool.
Yeah. But I think that's most of our tips. Like, it's nothing too crazy. It's just planning, being mindful, hydrate, don't drink your calories, don't eat empty calories, don't have too much sauce.
Don't have too much swazzle. Yeah. That's about all I can really think about for that, really, too. I mean, I'm sure I'll be kicking myself after this. I'll probably think of like a few more tips, but part 2.
We'll add them to Instagram. Yeah, part 2.
We'll do part 2. We'll have a Lizzy sesh with the Alpha team, and we'll just set up a podcast there. Make it happen.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll do our podcast on a night out.
Oh no.
Oh
dear. Anyway, guys, that pretty much wraps us up. So again, you shouldn't have to give up your nights out. You shouldn't have to give up your brekkies, lunches, or dinners out with your friends. Like, again, we're just coming out of COVID or our lockdown in New South Wales on the Central Coast, so it's the perfect time, provided, I guess, vaccination status. You unvaxxed people will obviously be able to go out in December, but it's just get out and socialise. Like, you haven't seen your friends, you haven't seen your family in almost over 4 months now, I think it's been. So
go and enjoy them.
You need to. It's you shouldn't be avoiding those opportunities just because you've got a fat loss goal or just because, you've got goals within the gym. So
exactly.
Yeah. But on that note, guys, that wraps up our 20th episode of the Alpha Nation.
The big 2-0.
The big double 10. Twice 10. Double decker. We're at 20 episodes, guys. Good shit.
Oh, wow.
We've got as many episodes as we've got listeners now, so...
You well, are you 20 or are you 19?
I'm 20.
You're 20?
Yeah.
So we have as many episodes as you have years in life.
I don't like that. I don't like that connection at all.
That's weird.
But yeah, chuck us a follow on Instagram at Alpha Strength Physique. Lizzy B, they can find you at Coach Lizzy B, it is? Yep, and you can find myself, obviously, at Coach Haydn Thompson. I don't think I have to keep telling you guys that. It's been 20 episodes now, and I've said the same thing every single episode. So,
but you never know. We might have a new listener.
You never know. We'll see. But yeah, thanks heaps for tuning in again this week. And we'll see you guys next week for some ethical considerations on your food choices.
Love it.
All right, we're out. See you guys.
Bye, guys.